This breakfast will literally blow your minds. If you're not sure what to eat for your first meal, if you're struggling to get protein, or perhaps even struggle with insulin resistance, or you have energy crashes, this is the one that you need. I swear, yesterday I had this breakfast 9:30 a.m. and I was full until 4 p.m. And at 4:03 I got a bit of cardio. I did some zone 2 cardio, 45 minutes, and then at 4 completely fine. I wasn't having any crave. I just had a protein shake after that, just for the sake of having a protein shake after the workout. That's it. I didn't have any energy crash. I had this breakfast that gave me around 900 calories, more or less, with 75 to 80 grams of protein. So this will literally blow your mind. This will take you 10 minutes to prepare. As you're gonna see, it's super easy, very affordable as well. Without further ado, let's dive right in and prepare this high protein breakfast that will leave you full for 5-6 hours, perhaps even more. You're not gonna crave any lattes, cappuccinos, any junk food, any snacks, nothing. This will leave you in a pure fat burning state and fuel your body, your muscles, and it's super insulin friendly. So let's go. All right, I'm gonna be looking a lot of time to the fridge because it combines kind of a lot of ingredients. So what we have here is, and by the way, we're gonna have a little bit of carbs. This is a great breakfast, especially if you're working out on that day, because we're gonna have more carbs. Usually I don't have a lot of carbs for breakfast, minimal carbs, so just the protein and fats to minimize insulin spikes. But today I'm gonna get a lot of steps. Maybe I'm gonna get a workout in, and I'm gonna have a little bit more carbs, still very low carb, just a little bit. So I'm gonna have a high protein, low carb wrap. I'm gonna have as well, I'm gonna have egg whites, have kefir, some eggs as well, which are here. What else? I'm gonna have this sauerkraut, coconut oil, and I think that's enough, right? If I forget something, I'll come back here. No, sorry, I forgot something. We're gonna have here as well avocado, and perhaps here's something else as an extra. I'll give you the final ingredients in a while. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. We still have some nuts. So usually how I break the fast, my last meal is around, let's say, 7 p.m. So I start my dinner around 7, I finish 7:30, then I have a high protein snack. Delicious one, by the way, full of healthy ingredients that sets my cravings, so I don't crave any junk snacks or anything. So it's Greek yogurt and honey and a lot of things. So if you want this snack, let me know in the comments down below, and I can even record a night snack or some night snacks for you so that you're not eating chips and cookies. Anyway, so usually how I break the fast is high protein, moderate fat, low carb, as I mentioned before. Today we're gonna have a little bit more carbs, mostly from this wrap, which is, again, it's minimal, 10 grams of carbs, so it's minimal. This breakfast is very carb friendly. So usually how I break the fast after 13 hours. What we have here to break the fast after 13 or 14 hours is last meal 7:30 p.m. and now it's currently, so the Whoop doesn't give me the time, so I need to check the time here. So it's now 10 a.m. So we're talking about roughly 14 hours fasting, 14 hours. So that's usually my non-negotiable, both for energy, to reset my digestive system, to improve my energy, my focus, to leave me in a fat burning state. So I wake up around like 5:30 a.m. and now it's 10. So usually I do all this most of the day. I don't eat the first 3 to 4 hours of the day, sometimes 5 hours, and I try not to eat the last 2 hours of the day. So how I break the fast, it's usually with kefir and some nuts. So I don't break the fast with carbs. I usually break the fast with some nuts. In this case, with macadamia nuts, 3 or 4 macadamia nuts, again, just fats, healthy fats, by the way. Brazil nuts, 2 or 3 Brazil nuts, great source of selenium, great for testosterone and for immune health. And that's usually how I break the fast. 200 milliliters of kefir with a couple of nuts, and that's it. Now, in terms of breakfast, brief introduction. I gave you some introduction about this one. I've done a huge research on the type of wraps that are out there in the market, and this one, at least here in Dubai, it seems like it's a high quality one. 16 grams of protein, 10 grams of carbs, so it's a very good one. 158 calories, so good, great choice here. Then in terms of eggs, I'm currently having this one, organic eggs. Sometimes I cannot find pasture-raised eggs, which is ideal, but again, we're not trying to be perfect. We're trying to make healthy choices, sustainable choices. So I'm not preaching here that I'm perfect and you don't need to be perfect. Just try to minimize the bad choices. So organic eggs, we're gonna add some egg whites, 100 grams of egg whites, avocado. I'm gonna cook all of these in coconut oil, extra virgin coconut oil, and I'm gonna add some sauerkraut for digestive system, for gut health. And as you see here, I have two great sources of probiotics, which is sauerkraut, organic sauerkraut, and kefir. These are great for digestive health, for your immune system, for your digestion. So these are my two non-negotiables every morning. I have kefir and sauerkraut. And besides that, I didn't mention how we're gonna get that amount of protein by adding 1 can of tuna. That's why this breakfast will be high in protein. If you feel that it's too much for food for you, you don't need to add the protein. You can adjust the portions accordingly. This is what I do personally for me. This breakfast will give me roughly 800, perhaps close to 1000 calories for me. You can adapt the calories. So instead of 3 Brazil nuts and 5 macadamia nuts and 250 milliliters of kefir, you can have 1 Brazil nut, 2 macadamia, less. Instead of 3 eggs and 100 grams of egg whites, you can have 2 eggs and 50 grams of egg whites. Instead of 1 can of tuna, you can have half. So this breakfast can be 1000 calories. It can be 500 calories as well. You just need to adjust according to your portions, to your numbers, to your goals, to your desires. Now, this meal will literally fuel me until 5 p.m. easily. Like, as I mentioned, I wasn't craving any food. After this, I went out, I got some work done. I was super focused. I didn't have any energy crash. What I had is Americano 1 hour after this at 11 a.m. I try not to drink caffeine after 12 p.m. So I had an Americano at 10:30. And then I was working until 3 p.m. Then I got my cardio done, 45 minutes. And then I came home and I had a protein shake. Now we have here an overview of what's the breakfast. And I'm going to show you now how we're going to prepare all of this. Let's do this. All right, so time to break the fast. As I mentioned, we're going to break the fast with nuts, right? These are great sources of healthy fats. Great to break the fast with a little bit of kefir. This is easy on digestion. It kind of prepares your body for the food that it's about to come. So I usually like to eat these and then I start to cook the eggs. So it takes like, I eat these and then after like 5 or 10 minutes, I have my main meal. So now let's enjoy these macadamia nuts with this kefir and let's get the eggs ready. All right, so to cook the eggs, I'm gonna use, as I mentioned before, coconut oil. I use just maybe 5 grams of coconut oil, 3 eggs. So I tend to vary. Today I'm recording with the egg whites, just to have a little bit more protein and to show you exactly how I prepare the egg whites as well. I don't want the shell. 1 egg, and I have a scale so that I know the exact portion. 0, let's put 100 grams of egg whites. Okay, perfect. Actually, it was a bit more, 110 grams of egg whites, which is not that much, by the way. This gives maybe, I don't know, 25 grams of protein. For now, we're just gonna cook, get all of these ready, and then at the end, I'm gonna give you the final numbers for this mega high protein, tuna protein, high protein breakfast. Probably this is gonna leave me full until 6 p.m. today, because I think it's even more than yesterday. Okay, so 3 eggs and 110 grams of egg whites. All right, so I told you I would forget something and I forgot the Greek yogurt, but I mean, it's not that relevant because it's not that much. By the way, if you feel that it's too much dairy for you, you don't need to have it all. Like I had the kefir and the Greek yogurt, but the Greek yogurt, as you're gonna see, it's just a little bit to soften here the tuna, because we're gonna do here, I'm gonna mix 1 can of tuna while the eggs are being here cooked. So as you see here, on this side I have the eggs. They're being scrambled now. Actually, they are, yeah, actually the eggs are ready. Now I'm gonna do here the tuna. So 1 can of tuna, 25 grams of protein. Seriously, this breakfast, by the way, if you feel this is too much protein, too much food, you don't need the tuna. You don't need as many eggs here or something, but this is just to show you how easy it is to get protein. Now what I'm gonna do here is 1 can of tuna here, and I'm gonna put 50 grams of Greek yogurt here, just to soften a bit the tuna here. Okay. Now we're gonna add a bit of pepper, not too much, hopefully. A little bit of oregano, good, and a little bit of salt. Done. The eggs are done. Okay. And now we're gonna mix all of this. You see here the mixture. So we have here the tuna. Damn. Okay, this was not supposed to happen because it went to the floor, tuna. All right, so next step, hopefully no more tuna will go to the floor. Just gonna remove here the end. I'm gonna put here the wrap. We're gonna the wrap here for a while. We don't want it too hot, it's just to heat lightly. Okay, so as you see, we put here the wrap. Eggs are ready. Avocado is here. It's gonna be ready very soon as well. Okay, so avocado, we have how many grams of avocado? So we have 50 grams of avocado, 1 can of tuna, 50 grams of Greek yogurt. We're gonna have a little bit of sauerkraut, eggs. Okay, this should be almost done. Nice. All right, so it's almost ready. And as you see here, we have the wrap. And now what's the order? We have the scrambled eggs. We're gonna put these scrambled eggs on the top of the wrap. I'm gonna leave it here. Then we're gonna add the tuna and the Greek yogurt. Okay. And as I told you at the beginning of the video, we still can have a little bit of mozzarella cheese. We're just gonna top it with mozzarella cheese. Just, I would say maybe around 10 grams or so. Just a little bit, not too much here to give some flavor. Okay. And it's enough. And now what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna press all of this, and in order to preserve the heat and to melt the mozzarella, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cover it here for a while. Okay, so this is the end result. We have it here, the wrap, eggs, the tuna with the Greek yogurt and mozzarella, and then we're gonna add the avocado and the sauerkraut, and I'm gonna show you the end result. All right, it's ready. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna press it here a little bit, and we're gonna add all of this. Hopefully I'm not gonna mess up. We're gonna try. Okay, not bad. Okay, so this is our final result. Not final, but almost. Now what I have here is the avocado. I'm just gonna cut the avocado here in small pieces. This is like 50 grams of avocado. I'm gonna add here the avocado on the side. Healthy fats, great for testosterone, great for cognitive health. Eat your avocados. Okay, starting to look nice, huh? Very nice. And then we're gonna have here the sauerkraut. We're gonna have here that's usually what I have, 1 tablespoon of sauerkraut here on the top of it. As you can see, this is outstanding, right? This is delicious. It took me around, let's say, 12 minutes to prepare. Of course, a little bit longer because I was explaining and talking, but you can do this. Of course, the first time it will take a bit longer. The first time it probably took me like 15 or 20 minutes. Second time it took me 30 minutes. Third time took me 10 minutes. So the more you do something, that's why you shouldn't try like 30 different breakfasts. Like have the same system, like eat the same thing over and over, do the same type of workouts, the same movements. Because if you remain predictable, if you have a system in your life, it will be way easier and faster for you. I have all the things ready. I know already exactly what to do. So everything is an habit. And the same goes with meals, with workouts, with everything. So you want to do it 1, 2, 3, 4 times because it will be easier and easier for you to sustain. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do with you live so that you see with me what are the exact macros and calories and carbs for this breakfast. So we're going to talk here with ChatGPT, right? She's going to give me here a good help in understanding the macros of this meal. And I'd like your help just to tell me exactly the macros for this meal. What are the benefits of this meal as well? So I'm just going to recap what I have here and you will just tell me the macros and what you think of this breakfast. I have 3 eggs with 110 grams of egg whites. I have 1 can of tuna, 50 grams of avocado. I have around 1 tablespoon of sauerkraut, 1 tablespoon of pomegranate. On the tuna, I put as well 50 grams of Greek yogurt, with 1 tablespoon of mozzarella on the top of this wrap. And before that, I ate 2 Brazil nuts, 3 macadamia nuts, and 200 milliliters of kefir. Can you tell me the macros for this?
Absolutely. Let's break it down. I'll run through each ingredient and then give you the totals at the end along with the benefits. Here we go. The wrap, like Herman Bro, about 120 calories, 12 protein, 8 carbs. 3 eggs, 200 calories, 18 protein, 15 fat. 110 egg whites, 55 calories, 11 protein, 0 fat. Tuna, 25 protein can, 110 calories, 25 protein, 1 gram fat. 1 tablespoon sauerkraut, negligible macros. 1 tablespoon pomegranate, 1 gram carbs. 50 grams Greek yogurt, 30 calories, 5 grams protein, 1 gram carbs. 1 tablespoon mozzarella, 3 grams protein, 3 grams fat. 2 Brazil nuts, 1 gram protein, 5 grams fat. 3 macadamia nuts, 60 calories, 1 gram protein, 6 grams fat. Protein, 24 to 23 gram. Fat, 48. Benefits, insulin friendly. Low carb, high protein, and healthy fats keep blood sugar stable. Testosterone friendly, healthy fats from avocado, macadamia, and Brazil nuts support hormone production. Brazil nuts also provide selenium, good for testosterone. Hormone regulation, the combination of fermented foods, sauerkraut, kefir, healthy fats, and protein helps support gut health and stable energy, reducing stress on the body. Lean mass and fat burning, high protein keeps you full, supports muscle maintenance, and the nutrient-dense fats support fat loss by keeping hormones balanced. This breakfast is a powerhouse for busy people. Stable energy, muscle support, and perfect for your audience.
All right, thank you very much for your insights. So we're talking about 900 calories and 100 grams of protein. So this is basically, this meal almost gives me the amount of protein that I need in one day. Of course, not as much. I have still dinner and probably a protein shake, so I'm gonna finish with 200 grams. But it's just to give you an idea of how easy it is to prepare a healthy meal with good protein without you having energy crashes or feeling cravings, because literally if you eat this, again, adapt these according to your numbers. So if this is too much, reduce to half. Instead of 900 calories, you're gonna have 450 calories. But for the sake of this video, I think you understand now how you can fuel your body, how easy is it to prepare. It is to prepare something delicious and high protein nutritions like this. That will help you with your testosterone, with your energy. It will help you with insulin sensitivity as well. And it's gonna regulate all your bodily functions. I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know in the comments down below if you want more recipes, more breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and I can do that for you. Now let's enjoy this and I'll see you on the next one.